Okay, we're continuing where we left off. And we still gotta get these chests. Oh, that one didn't have anything in it, actually. I thought... Oh, I went the wrong way. I thought 100% guaranteed all of these chests were gonna have monsters in them. Like, maybe not the ones over on the far left in the big clump. But I thought for sure all the rest of them would. I'm also, like, just coming back to this game. I don't really remember what I was doing. But Risa seems to be very low on HP, so I guess I'll heal her specifically with Cure, and hopefully she's fine to survive. I'm also going to use some magic, because I'm remembering I'm probably going to leave anyways. Oh, I can use... Wait. Scourge goes on multiple enemy? Oh, I'm thinking of Death. I'm going to use Death. Because Scourge is probably luck-based. Oh no, it didn't work. Okay, as long as they don't hit Risa, we should be fine. I don't need to use the magic on him anymore, on Yela, because obviously it's probably not going to work, considering it didn't work last time. But we should be good to just spam attacks, and that's fine. Now that we're out of battle, we can actually just spam Garak's Cure magic on Risa. Because she's the only one that needs it on the whole party. Everyone else is doing pretty good. I guess we could use the remainder on Block, just because he's also taking a bit of damage, but for the most part, everyone's doing pretty good. Usually the damage is split more evenly, because obviously Risa will take more damage, and Block will take a lot of hits. But you know, usually I feel like Glock and Yellow will get hit once or twice, and that alone will deal enough damage to like require them to need HP, but this time they're like hard focusing Risa. I think this is the first time that we've ever had Risa on that low HP and everyone else was just doing great. I'm gonna use Blithara and see if that works well against them. I doubt it will, but might as well try. And I guess I'll use Confuse as well, just to see, try and prevent them from hitting us, because they are doing quite a lot of damage. And I'm still undecided. Ugh, that's rough. But yeah, I'm still undecided on if I want to turn around after the chest room. But I'm assuming the answer is going to be yes. Because I still feel like after fighting that many enemies... I mean, I guess it depends on how many of the chests actually have enemies in them. But after fighting that many enemies, regardless, I feel like it's probably best to just turn around and leave. We might not even be able to fight all those enemies, because they're honestly quite far off. And I just don't know if I have enough strength to make it through here. Like, these enemies are fine. But all the other enemies are doing quite a lot of damage. Even these guys that are kind of throwaway enemies, they hit Block with a lucky hit for 30-ish damage. And they hit Risa with the same hit. So even the throwaway enemies in this place are quite strong. We're gonna have to need to be more cautious on our travels. Fire Hydra, interesting. I wish we had like a water spell. Oh wow, that's not good. Okay, nobody's set on fire. I was worried that we were gonna get like a fire status ailment or something. But that's crazy, we actually all got hit by an attack. I've never seen that before. I'm going to, because of that, I'm actually going to use Heal. And nobody is capped out, so I might just use it one more time, yeah. And now Grok is capped out. I feel like that was worth it. Grok probably needed it. Okay, so this is the older group of enemies. So I'm gonna try and focus on the Ogre Mage for the most part, and then send Risa up to the big green guy at the top. So hopefully he can one-shot him. He did not, unfortunately. But I'm still holding out hope that, yes, Block did one-shot the guy at the bottom, which is really nice. Now all that's left is one dog, and he should be good. But yeah, I think I'm going to use a regular heal again on the whole party. Yeah, and Grok is capped out again. I'm kind of being a little bit wasteful, because Grok is usually, like, good on HP. But I also feel like I don't want to risk it, because if I enter a fight against these kinds of enemies, I feel like there's a very real chance that I just end up dying because I went in with too low HP, and I just don't want to risk it. I'm actually going to try Slow Ra on the bottom guy, because obviously we're going to be killing him last. So hopefully that will actually proc. I feel like I'm starting to, like, dislike all of these status ailment and, like, I mean, yeah, I guess just status ailment and, like, death effect things and just anything that, like, does some sort of elemental thing that's not specifically just, like, a big chunk of damage. Because it feels like they never proc. I feel like I'm supposed to be using them against weaker enemies. And I guess that makes sense for, like, the AoE ones with, like, Dark and stuff. But I also feel like when the enemies are weak enough to be hit by Dark, I feel like it's kind of useless. Like, we could just beat them without doing that, and it would be fine. Also, these guys are interesting. They're red. Fortunately, they missed Gaze. I'm gonna assume that they're pretty much the same as the other birds, except red, because we're in a lava area. But I'm not sure, and I don't want to find out, because I don't want to get hit by the Gaze. And another one of these guys. Oh, did we get an ambush? No, they got an ambush, even though we walked up to him and pressed A, but that's fine, I guess. I'm going to do regular attacks, but I'm actually going to have him use a potion on Yela, because I feel like Yela needs it. And then I'm going to use Slower on the bottom one again, and if it misses again, I'm just gonna, like, give up on status ailments because they never proc. Yeah. I feel like it's pointless to go for status ailments. And that kind of sucks because a lot of Yela stuff is just status ailments. And I think I might have to switch him up a little bit to focus more on attacking. Because the status ailments just, they're just not working. Also, I'm astounded that we're getting, like, almost no monsters in these chests. We've opened, like, 5 monsters, and we've only encountered 1 monster, and it's a lava worm. Which, oh wow, this guy's actually way tankier than I thought he would be. Makes me kind of nervous. Hopefully he doesn't do too much damage. Okay, yeah, that's not too much. I'm going to attack with the big heavy hitters. And then I'm going to use a potion on Yela. And then I'm going to have Yela use a potion on Risa. And hopefully they can all get their potions off. They did not. Fine, because I can just do it outside of battle. Or I can just immediately throw us into another battle, because I'm a crazy person. And then I'll just do the same thing. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much. Because Grok and Yela are not doing that much physical damage to this guy anyways. So I'm not really worried about it. And everyone's doing pretty good on HP. I think we should be able to kill him on this turn. Last time it only took us 2 turns to kill him, but unfortunately this time he did get his hit off, his second hit. So we took actually quite a bit of damage, but we got an antidote. And more monsters. I guess we were just getting really, really lucky earlier with the no monster pulls. Because now we're all monsters in every chest 3 in a row. I'm hoping that he stops attacking Risa. And that he attacks maybe like Grok once. Or like Yela once. Because I want to use the big AoE heal. To heal everyone. But I also, you know, obviously I don't want to waste it when people are like close and already at max health. But let's, now that we've gone through all the chests, we can go through some stuff. This guy's already got what he's needing. I'm pretty sure we got another mithril axe, but there's no point. Yeah, we do have 2 mithril axes. We've already got that. We've got 2 mithril shields, but we've already got that. We've got 2 mithril gloves, but we've already got that. I'm pretty sure we've already got everything that we got. The only mithril thing that Block needed was the armor. And that was the one thing that we didn't get. But I'm just gonna run through every character and just see. Because maybe we got something for somebody and I just didn't notice, but it's not looking like it, unfortunately. So yeah, we went through all of that and didn't really get anything. But on the bright side, we're honestly pretty far in. And I think that we can tank it. I think we can keep going at least into the next room. Maybe we like get to a boss and turn around. But I feel like we've got more than enough HP to keep exploring. I actually think we might be at a dead end here in the top left. I thought it would loop around, but seems like it might not. So we might have to go all the way out back to the right and then walk across the lava, but that's quite unfortunate the way that this is constructed. Wow, so that door on the left just goes to nothing. That's messed up. If I didn't have a mini-map and I explored all the way up there and it was just nothing, I'd be pissed. I feel like magic just doesn't work very well on these guys. I guess I'll do Thundara or Lepra and just pray. I should have used it on the other guy, actually. That was a mistake, but it's probably not gonna proc anyways. It's probably gonna miss. Yeah. I really don't like status ailments. They just don't work, to be honest. But I also don't want to completely give up on them. It's possible that maybe I'm just getting really unlucky. Or maybe testing it on like an elemental creature is just a bad idea. Because perhaps they're like immune to it. And maybe there's like certain types of monsters that are weaker to it or something. I'm not sure. But either way, I want it to proc more often, and it never procs. Particularly the sleep one. I feel like the sleep one actually does nothing. But I genuinely don't know about that one. That one's really confusing to me. Oh wow! I walked diagonally perfectly across that lava. That was awesome. These guys look crazy. I'm gonna use some Thundara on these guys, because I assume they're gonna have a lot of damage. Oh, when they're holding. So I definitely want to kill these guys fast. Getting stunned is absolutely the worst, so if I can avoid that, that'd be best. Okay, fortunately, it seems like those guys don't have that much HP, which is nice. However, my AoE spells on Yela are running a bit low. So I do gotta be careful. Looks like there's nothing off to the left. And to the right is just a staircase. This is quite a simple floor, so I'm gonna try and blitz my way through it. But of course we run into fire elementals. We just need to keep our fingers crossed that... Oh god, it sucks that all she's got is fire. It's so unfortunate. That's fine. She does a lot of regular damage though, so it's not that big of a deal. And I'm actually going to use heal, because even though everyone's pretty healthy, heal can still be useful, because heal doesn't actually do that much. And then I guess we just do regular attack, because if we do somehow end up making it all the way to the end of this dungeon, I definitely want to have some lightning magic on hand. And also, I feel like it's just a waste to keep trying to do the status ailments. It's just a waste of mana, so let's just not do it. Grok has taken a bit of damage now, so we should be more than happy using that big AoE spell pretty soon here, which is nice. But I'm hoping that Yela will like be able to tank one hit before we do. But worst comes to worst, if anyone gets down to like 100, we'll just give up on that. And this is interesting. There's like multiple things in one area, even though it's like disconnected. This is really interesting. We're probably gonna end up like walking back here, which is quite cool. I'm hoping we can kill these guys. Oh wow, 110 from Yela and physical damage is crazy. Pop off, Yela. That was huge. This dungeon is awesome. I love the environment. And I need to keep remembering to walk diagonally, because it really does help a lot. Okay, now where are we at? This dungeon is huge. Fortunately, the lava damage isn't actually doing that much. I could easily see a world where it's doing like twice as much damage, so I'm quite happy with where we're at. I am going to use Hilara, because everyone's pretty low except for Yela. So I feel like it's worth it to just do it and get Block Reset and Grok up, because they have taken a lot of damage. And at this point, I've gone far enough into the dungeon where I'm starting to feel like if I turn around now, it'll be like a waste of my progress, which probably isn't good, because if I just keep going further and further in, I'm just going to end up taking more and more damage and getting more and more stuck. But I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed. I am actually going to use Confuse, because with some weaker enemies, I should be able to actually get it to proc. Hopefully, at least. And oh, he used Blizzara. Didn't do as much damage as I thought it might, so that's good. But it still did quite a lot. Fortunately, that Confuse did hit everyone except for one dog, which is awesome. That one did turn around, so we'll focus our attacks on those two that are turned around for now. And we were able to block one, that's really, really good, and kill the other, okay. We should be cruising now. I don't think we'll get hit at all for the rest of this fight. Yeah, we're good. Risa took both of them out back to back. Huge. Oof. There's so many ogres down here. I feel like ogres are a very common enemy in this game. I thought that they would only be in like the starting first couple areas, but they're still running rampant even in this lava dungeon, which is kind of crazy to me. Because there's a lot of like special lava enemies in here, and then there's just ogres. Just a million ogres. Okay, so yeah, okay, we made it to the other side of that floor that had the two different floors connected to it, which is cool. And this does have rooms, so we can loot, and then maybe we turn around. Or maybe we go to the next floor and then turn around, because I'm assuming since the chests aren't bundled up in huge clumps of like 30 like they were before, that they're probably going to be, you know, monsters in like every single one. So that's probably going to do a lot of damage to us. We got a gold needle, nice. But yeah, hopefully we can take them all out, and then we can just turn around and leave. That fire attack actually does not do as much damage as I am anticipating it to. I guess it makes sense that the AoE attacks don't do as much. But I feel like I'm, like, thrown out of course, I guess I would say. Because when we do AoE attacks, it does just as much damage as when we do regular attacks. I don't know why it's like that, but I am not complaining. I love it that we can just do, like, 100+ damage to everyone at once. I am actually going to cast Hilara, by the way, because everyone's taken quite a beating. And we're getting very low. But hopefully we can kill at least one of these guys. Okay, that's actually really good. And I don't think... Yeah, I don't think he needs to see for Yela, which is good, so that'll go off. And then our one character that didn't get blinded happened to be Yela, which is the only one that hadn't attacked yet, so that was really lucky. Only one chest in here, and there wasn't even monsters in it. That's lucky as well. We're doing pretty good. I feel like I was not... Oh, a new enemy though. And he does a pretty hefty chunk of damage. I did not mean to cast Yela, but honestly it was not a bad use at all. We were able to cap out Grok and cap out Yela, and Block and Risa are both pretty healthy now. Block is the only one that's not that healthy in terms of like overall percentage. Oh, I completed half the bestiary apparently. That's cool. But yeah, Block is the only one that's not that healthy in terms of like overall HP percentage. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's our tankiest character and he's got 330 HP, so I feel like he's doing just fine. Wow, 7,000 gold for that chest is crazy. These lava worms are not that strong. They do like a decent chunk of damage when they hit, but like, they're really not that fast, and they don't have that crazy an amount of HP. Oh, a flame shield. What is that? That sounds awesome. +4 defense. That's actually huge. However, before I equip it on him, a flame shield sounds like a magic item. So I'm gonna see if anybody else can use it, because if that's the only shield that they can use... Okay, it's not. I was gonna say, if that was the only shield that they can use, that would honestly probably be incredibly good on them. But even not, it is super good to have that for him. Ice Brand? What is that? Is that an item? I don't even see it anywhere. Is it an equipment? Oh, is that a weapon maybe? No? I don't know what that is. I'm super confused actually. Where did that even go? I'm so lost. Oh, it's key item probably. Earth Rod, Mystic Key. No. It's not. A rod imbued with the power of earth and nature. Huh. That item just disappeared. Oh, it's right there. It's a sword. A sword imbued with the power of ice. Okay. I don't know how I didn't see that. I must just be blind. But yeah, Ice Brand, that's a big damage increase actually, and a big increase in accuracy. Now, I obviously want to put it on Block. However, if Risa can't use... Yeah, Risa cannot use the Great Axe, which means she's going at 3248 stats. Meanwhile, this is 4154, which is, you know, a 9 damage increase from her sword. So I think I have to give her the Ice Brand, just because the increase is so much better. Wait, I'm confused. His Ice Brand does more damage than her Ice Brand. So I guess it's dependent on the character. Interesting. I did not realize that. Okay, well, either way, it's +4 and +15 accuracy compared to the Mithril Axe, but I think it's going to be better on Risa, so we'll keep it on Risa. She should be doing a lot more damage now, which is really good. We're still incredibly rich. We've got over 100,000 still. I do gotta keep my eye on our HP, because even though we're not really that worried about our HP, I feel like it's risky to just run through the lava without thinking about it, because I mean, it really doesn't do that much damage, but at any moment it could sneak up on us and all of a sudden we'll be super low, like Yela is all of a sudden super low, and wow, that ice attack does incredible damage. I don't know if it's... Oh god, we're actually out of healing spells, so yeah, we're definitely gonna have to leave. We should not continue this dungeon raid after this fight. But anyways, like I was saying... Actually, I don't know what I was saying. I've completely forgotten. Oh yeah, the lava. It's not like it does not much damage, but like it could sneak up on us if we're not paying enough attention. And all of a sudden we've just taken a bunch of damage, so... Oh! And I'm realizing if we go in one door, we can actually look in all of the other doors as if we've opened them, which is quite interesting. It looks like there's 5, 6, 7 chests on this floor. So we should be strong enough to go through the 7 chests and this, you know, regular worm fight or whatever in order to get everything. And then we can just turn around and leave. Actually, that ice sword is doing so much damage that we can two-shot the worms with block and reset now, which is really convenient, because obviously we could not do that before. I'm just going to manually feed him a potion, because it's just going to be easier that way. No monsters in those chests, super lucky. I feel like if theoretically every single chest from now on has monsters, I think even then we should still be fine. But the less monsters the better, because I really don't want to risk it. Because we gotta remember, we're on like... I don't even know, we're on like floor 5 or something in this dungeon. So half the battle is going to be leaving this place. It's going to be a long journey out. 2,000 gil, a cottage, and a potion. Still no monsters, which is huge. And another fire gigas, which does a lot of damage. I'm trying to be frugal with my healing and not waste it, because I think we might be able to get out of here without using it. Actually, I'm curious. I'm pretty sure we ran out of magic, I said. Yeah, we don't have a single healing spell left. So we do gotta be careful. We gotta be very frugal with our potions. We've got more than enough potions, so it's honestly not that big of a deal. But we still gotta be careful, because if we just start wasting potions willy-nilly, all of a sudden we're gonna have no potions left and we're gonna need to escape half the dungeon. So at this point, we're gonna need to start using potions, but like, until we hit this point, I just don't want to waste them. We'll get everyone at least past 200, and then we'll do like one more for each of these guys, and that should be fine for now. That should be, I think that's probably going to be enough to get us out of this dungeon, but I really don't know. It's entirely up to what enemies we end up fighting. I'm gonna hope that we can knock out both of these. Oh yeah, we one-shot him. We can probably knock out both of these mages then in one round, hopefully. Yeah, 300 is crazy. It definitely seems like that ice sword is doing extra damage to... well, I'm not sure exactly, but I'm assuming it does more damage to both ice enemies, or sorry, both fire enemies and enemies that are weak to like magic in general, because I think it's considered a magic sword because it's doing a lot of damage and it's hitting very frequently. So I don't know, I feel like a sword that does ice damage has got to be considered magic, but it's probably doing extra damage to enemies that are weak to magic, which I'm realizing would probably help a lot with the slimes. If we ever encounter more slime enemies, that'd probably be really good against them, because those guys are very frequently resistant to physical. There was something in the menu I wanted to check, but I don't remember what it was anymore. Oh, we got an item, didn't we? What did we get? Oh, a staff. Is that just the same thing? Yeah, that's just a worse... That's just an old item, okay. I thought it might have been something new, but it was not. It was the same staff as before. Surely, this is the last floor. Oh my god, there's still so much more. I don't want to turn around until we explore everything, because in our second trip, if we could just beeline it into the boss, it's going to be so much better for us. I think we go down first. Down and right first. Actually, no, we can go directly right first, and that should be pretty close, and then we can just loop our way around in a circle. These guys are actually quite nice to fight against. They're pretty weak. And I say that, and then get hit by one of them because I didn't calculate. I didn't separate my attacks correctly, but even so, it only did 2 damage, which only further proves my point that the Minotaurs are quite weak. Oh wow, this is opening like a whole area. Okay, so since we are going to turn around, I'm going to start spamming magic. I never use fire magic on these guys because obviously it's not going to work. But I guess we can try it. I really don't like these guys. So I'm going to try Scourge, and hopefully it procs on one of them at least. And, I mean, maybe the fire will do damage to them, but probably not. Oh, it did actually kill one of them. So Scourge is pretty good then. And yeah, I was right. The fire damage did like nothing to them because they're made out of fire. 34 doesn't seem like nothing because a lot of times Grok and Yela are only doing that amount of damage. But it's also like our highest level fire spell that we just used and it did like nothing. So actually let me go back in here and then I think we should be able to see all the other rooms, right? Yeah, one chest there. Oh, I'm glad we checked because there's nothing in that one. Oh, and that's the end. I'm really glad we checked that actually because if I went in there and at this stage with no healing, we could have been like completely screwed. But I guess we check the... Oh, I guess we go top right first because we're close. And then we go bottom right, left, and then we just leave and then come back and beeline it to the boss. Because I definitely am not prepared to fight that boss in my current state. I'm pretty sure, by the way, that we've never fought a Hellhound because he's obviously purple. And I'm pretty sure the ones we fought up to this point were blue? I could be wrong about that, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were blue, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Either way, he must not have been that much stronger than us because he tried to flee. So that's good. And 3 Ogre Mages is insane. Hopefully we can kill all 3 of them in the first turn. Oh wow, and he missed all of us with his magic. That's really, really good. We weren't able to kill him, but we should still be able to kill him now with no problems, yeah. I think we should be good. We should be able to safely escape this dungeon. We definitely can't fight the boss. And again, we have to fight 3 Ogre Mages. That's crazy. I'm probably going to collect the remaining chests in this dungeon. And, oh god, I should probably heal. I want to focus on fighting so that we, you know, don't have to fight as many rounds, but this is very precarious situation that we're in. Okay, now that I can heal up. We are going to have to use some more potions, unfortunately. But that's fine. We're actually getting potions as we're fighting, so it's really not that big of a deal. There's lots of potions in the chest, and we have so much money that we could just restock on potions anyways once we get out of here. I'm trying to not forget all the places we have to go. Oh, wow. The ice sword was able to, like, immediately kill the fire elemental, too, with, like, almost 300 damage in one hit, which is awesome. And 1 Ogre Mage by himself. Okay, sorry. I keep getting distracted by the enemies that we're fighting. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm gonna just open the chests and probably gonna end the episode there. And then when we come back, I'm going to try and run us all the way back to this point again. So that way when it picks up, we'll just be at the boss, but we'll have hopefully a lot more mana, a lot more HP, probably the same amount of potions, maybe some more potions, but we don't really need that many more we've still got plenty of potions. We've got what, 32 now after picking up that one. So we're still chilling on that. It's just a matter of escaping the dungeon, but I think we should be fine. Worst case scenario, we just have to use a bundle of potions, which is really not a problem. How much money do we have? We've got 171 1,000 gold. Which is an astronomical amount of gold. Like, maybe that amount of gold will be trivial in, like, the northern continent. Maybe, you know, buying a spell in the northern continent is, like, 25,000 gold. But, like, even then, even with 25,000 gold as the cost, we're still gonna be able to buy, like, what? Like, almost 7 spells? That's insane. We genuinely have so much money. I'm also curious why they have physical enemies on the map sometimes, even though every time we've fought a physical enemy on the map that looks like that guy, it always just ends up being— oh, a red dragon! This is the kind of enemy that I expect those guys on the map to be. Like a cool, awesome, rare enemy. But it never is. It's always just some random ass enemy that we one-shot or whatever. But this is awesome. I'm just gonna auto-attack. And wow, I should not have auto-attacked. We are going to die. I'm scared. Oh my god. Thank god he died. That dragon did a lot of damage, but we got flame mail. That's huge. Okay, first of all, everyone needs potions. Here you go. Everyone gets a couple potions. Sorry, everyone. Didn't mean to scare you. Whatever, I've got plenty of money. I'll get everyone over 200. That's fine. That was crazy. We almost got team wiped with one shot. That did like 150 plus damage to everyone. That would have been a tragedy. But we're fine. Everything's fine. We're probably not going to encounter another fire dragon this entire dungeon. That was insane. But we've got flame mail, which is absolutely huge. I'm super happy about this. However, it is mail armor, which means— oh, he can't wear the flame mail, and neither can he. Okay, so I have no reserved feelings about giving this to Block then. I thought since it was mail, that surely Risa would be able to wear it, and I figured she should probably use the armor more so than Block. But he's the only one that can wear it, so I have no qualms getting that for him. That's actually awesome. He's so decked out right now with his equipment. He's got the flame shield and the flame mail, and then a mithril helm, mithril axe, and mithril gloves. It's actually awesome how strong he is, but it's sad when we go and look at Grok, and we go and look at Yela, who's still only got a power staff. They've got silver armlets, leather caps, leather gloves, and I know they can't use his strong stuff. Like, even Risa only has a leather cap and leather gloves. And I know that's just like the way their characters are constructed. But it's just so sad seeing the disparity in equipment between Block and the rest of the party. Because he's just the only tank. So all of the awesome gear that we get always goes to Block. And I guess that could have been mitigated if we got like the nunchucks guy at the start or whatever. But I quite like having the triple mage party. The triple mage party has honestly been a lot of fun with spells, especially because our red mage is pretty much a physical character anyways. But I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna run up to the top of the dungeon, go take a nap, heal up, get our spells back, buy some more potions, and I'll see you again at around the same spot tomorrow. Bye bye!